I have gotten questions over the years about what to do with stale inventory. I have made videos with laundry lists of what to do with your stale inventory, how to sell it, where to sell it, what to do with it. I have those videos, they're there for you. But today's video is not about what to do with it. Today's video is about what is stale inventory and when should you act on it. And I almost think that this is more important than what do you do with it, because there's only so many things you can do with it. And like I said, those videos are there on my channel for you. Just search Rebecca the Reseller Stale Inventory. Today, we are going to talk about when is it stale and when should you act on it. Let's dive in. Download your free reseller resource guide today. I constantly update and share with you discounts, favorites, tools, and resources to help you with your reselling business. After the video, click the link in the description and get your totally free guide today. Okay, so let's play a game. What is wrong with this comment? I'm going to read it. In July, I listed a sweater and now it's August and it still hasn't sold. I tried everything. I retook the photos. I dropped the price so low, I can't drop it anymore. I send offers and comments out to each person that likes it. I even go to their closet and share items from their closet so they will see that I'm trying to help them so that they will buy. Nothing. I am going to redonate all my stale inventory like this sweater, but I wanted to see if you had any tips about what to do with stale inventory first. Please help. Well, so many things. Okay, so I'm super excited to have gotten this comment, and we're just going to call her Angela. So first, Angela, let's start by not redonating the item. So as I said, I already have videos on my channel about what to do with stale inventory. I have 6 million ideas about what to do with it, how to get some money for it, how to get the most money you can with doing the least amount of work. Because like once you've listed it, it's best to sell it on Poshmark or another platform. But then if you have to take it off and then you go sell it at a buy, sell, trade store, like that takes work because you have to maybe take it out of the item bag and do all, go there and do all this stuff. So I have those videos there about don't redonate it. Here's what you should do with stale inventory. So that's number one. The next thing is, did you relist it? Did you price on the high side of the comps so that you can send multiple progressive and aggressive offers? Should you have bought this item in the first place? Is it worth keeping it listed? So there's lots of things that we can be considering here. Look at the photos, look at the title, look at the description, watch my videos on listing templates, buyer confidence, condition description, add more keywords. These are all things that you can do to help an item sell so that it's not stale inventory. But again, we're going to even go further. So go with me on this road trip here. How much are you sharing it? These are all critical to get an item to sell. But there's even more still. The two most shocking, egregious, like light bulb moments for me that stand out with this comment. I'm curious, and here's where the game comes in. Have you found them yet, right? Because I read a comment from Angela, and then I said, did you do this? Did you do this? Did you do that? All those things are valid, but there's two main points here that came with that comment that send me into like oblivion, which is why I did this video. So I have talked about your listing template and all those, like do all that stuff. That is important stuff, and it can really impact your sales. But the two most important things here, this is what we're going to talk about. So number one, how long was it listed before you called it stale? Because if we go back to Angela's comment, it said in July, I listed it and it's August and it hasn't sold, right? So we don't know when in July she listed it. We don't know when in August she's saying this. But so let's just factor in exactly a month. Let's even give her a month and a half. Is an item stale after a month and a half? I don't think so. I think an item is stale like after 1 or 2 years. And I've talked about that, in prior videos, is that what people think is a stale item or stale inventory is like, oh my. Things don't just sell in 2 seconds. I don't know where you're coming from with this. Sometimes you get an item, you list it, it sells immediately. I just did a what sold video recently. By the time you're seeing this video, it's probably a while back, but I had a purple wig. I literally was listing a bunch of different wigs. And by the time I was listing other wigs, the purple wig that I had just listed had sold for full price. Now it's multiple quantity, so it was great because one already sold and I have 11 more to sell. And like, that was an amazing thing. But that doesn't happen that often. That happens when you list the right thing in the right season at the right time and somebody just happens to see it and you had the right keywords and it's the right price. Like, all the stars align when something sells quickly. But as resellers, and I've been doing this almost 9 years, we know that there are items that just don't sell right away. They just need to sit and sit and sit until they find the right buyer. And sometimes you need to relist it, drop prices, send bigger offers, add keywords. Sometimes you need to do things even more than you did originally, like extra things, to get it to sell. Sometimes you have to do that. Today, I just shipped out a Madewell sweater, and I haven't looked up. I was thinking I might do a separate video on this. I have to look up exactly when I listed it, but if I had to guess, it was 2021. Right now, it's September of 2024. You're going to be seeing this later. 3 years for this item to sell. And the only reason why it's still there is because I've just been lazy and haven't pulled out a lot of inventory to like dispose of other ways, like take to style encore or some of the things I talk about in my stale item video. So I haven't done that in a while. I just haven't. So an item is only stale when you say it is. And you can make up whatever criteria. You can say it's stale after a month, but that's silly because now you're ready to redonate an item or pull it from your inventory and sell it at a loss or whatever you're trying to do. You're shooting yourself in the foot. You're not giving it a long enough time. So I think the length of time is important. And so if you think 1 month, 3 months, 6 months even is stale inventory, I'm here to tell you I highly disagree. I think 1 to 2 seasons for that item then it's stale. That's what I think. I mean, obviously if you had bought it and it was a dated, not in style piece, one could make the argument that giving it another 2 years, even though it wasn't in style when you listed it, that might be silly. But I give everything like 1 to 2 years. I do. Now, I don't have a space issue either. I have a storage unit for my items. And so that would really be the only thing that would kind of interplay, is that if you only have room to list 500 items and store 500 items, you may need to be more picky with your items and how long you keep them. But like, you can't just go and buy items to list and then if they don't sell in 2 months, say, okay, well, I'm going to get rid of it so I could put in something new. It would seem that you would have a lot of loss in there. So I don't think that's a good idea either. I would then get picking better on your items or something, or have more criteria to find items that are going to sell faster so that you have less that are stale, but that's a separate thing. I want to make you aware of the hottest, the best deal I have ever offered in my Rebecca the Reseller Academy. To find it, all you have to do is scroll all the way down to the bottom and you will find this right here. Hot deal, best value, all courses and digital downloads for life. This is it, friends. This is as good as it's going to get. I'm giving you everything I have in my academy, all the digital downloads, all the courses for just $20. The best part is if I create a new digital download going forward, you will get it absolutely free. This is the time to lock in the best deal I have ever offered. All you have to do is go to Rebecca the Reseller Academy, scroll down to Hot Deal, and purchase it for $20. If you're wondering what comes in this, it's everything. So you're going to get all of my courses, and you're also going to get all of the digital downloads that I've created, including my keywords list, my listing forms, my Poshmark closet signs. Everything that I have created and everything that I ever will create will be yours for literally $20. So that's one thing that I think was really big with this question from Angela, is she did not give it long enough. She's calling it stale and it's not. And she's not giving that item a chance to sell. So that's the one part. But here's the kicker. Have you guessed it yet? Why isn't this sweater selling? Because it's a sweater and she listed it in July and it didn't sell by August. It's not the season for sweaters to sell. Now, I'm of the mind that you list everything all year long. I list cashmere sweaters in May. I list boots in, summertime. I list everything all the time because things can sell all the time. I have sold cashmere sweaters in May. I sell swimsuits in December. Things sell all the time, so I don't do that. I don't hold things and not list them until the time. I don't. I just list things whenever, and things can sell whenever. I'm a big believer in that. So she's getting upset because it didn't sell in a month. So that's big mistake number one. But then she's mad on top of it and saying she's going to redonate it because it's a sweater in July and August. Like, there's no way. This is wrong. This is wrong on so many levels. And so this might be an extreme example of Angela's sweater in July and August, but many of you out there, especially if you're new, you do message me and you say, what do you do with stale inventory? This thing has been listed for 3 weeks, or this thing has been listed for 2 months and it hasn't sold. And you get very micromanagey about things. And I know it's hard, especially when you're new and maybe you have not that many items listed. And so it's very easy to micromanage lots of things. You need to not do that. You need to focus not on this sweater, but you need to focus on listing more items. That's what you need to focus on. Or selling more of your things that you already have listed. Or what are your photos looking like? Or all the things I initially mentioned before the 2 really big things. So have you relisted it? Are you pricing on the high side of the comps? What do your photos, title, and description look like? Is it worth keeping it listed, or should you not have bought it to begin with? Can you add keywords? Are you sharing it enough? Those are critical things. But then, is it the right season, and have you left it listed long enough for all of your strategies to work on it? Because the sweater in July probably isn't going to sell. The sweater in August might sell because now we're starting to get into where people are thinking fall and we're starting to get into that type of mode. So I get that. But many people aren't. And so that sweater may not sell until the end of March. Like, it might not sell till the end of March. And so if you pull it out in August, you cost yourself a sale, and you did all that work to list it, and now you're pulling it out and redonating it, Angela. I don't think that's a good idea. So this was one of those like case studies where I take a typical comment that I have got, because she's not the first. Angela is not the first to have sent me a similar message. And so that's when I felt like this is something that I need to address, so that we're all kind of on the same page. Now, you can do whatever you want in your business, but I think that you're missing the forest for the trees. I think that you're being too micromanaging and saying, why isn't this sweater selling? Well, it's not the right time of year. It didn't have long enough for the right buyer to find it. And maybe there's a laundry list of other things that you could improve upon to get it to sell. So there's many things that can be done with it. On top of the fact, stop worrying about the sweater. You listed it, let it do its thing. Go and start working on your processes. Go and list more items. Stop micromanaging what you already did, and let's start doing production to get us to our goals. And so that's my big pet peeve. That's my TED Talk. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk on this. I just think that we shouldn't get so up in arms about our stale items because they might not actually be stale. Let me know what you think about this in the comments, if you agree with me or not. I can't wait to hear from you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye! Poshmark VA is a tax-deductible business investment that pays for itself many times over each month. It increases Poshmark sales because it shares and sends offers more than I ever could manually. It handles all my shares, automatic offer to likers, bulk offers, and it can do price drops and relists. When my coaching clients add Poshmark VA, it makes more sales basically immediately. The best part is that you get your time back. More time with family, thrifting, whatever. Get 20% off with code Rebecca the Reseller and the link below.